Okay, I just had a heck of a dream from my nap. Shut up. And I figured I'd, you know, after do some recording anyway, figured I'd share it. Or at least what I remember of it, because it's been, 2 minutes since I woke up. Who knows how much I remember. And to be fair, the good parts aren't even all that long. Anyway, my family and I, as well as I believe some friends of the family and their families, there were a group of us. We all went to some sort of resort, whatever. I remember that there was a beach. Uh, yeah. Remember there was a nice beach. Chase, had some friends to run around with. Apparently, my little brother had some friends to run around with. That's whatever. It was nice, it was warm, but not like scorching hot. There's a beach to play around in. Whatever. It was nice. It was a nice place. And there's this weird building next to the beach that looked like an abandoned piece of architecture. Like that there was some sort of large bridge or something. Like, it's hard to actually describe it, but basically it looked like someplace had been abandoned, except it was like gated off, no one could go in, except that on the rare occasions some people would go in or out. So, that's all very weird. Talked about it with some people of the group individually, and we, had our theories about what it could be, but overall we decided, hey, it's probably just, an attraction that's normally open, but something bad happened, like some rocks collapsed or something, now it's structurally unsound, and they're getting people in there to fix it before they open it up to the public again. Sure, fine, whatever. That's what we guessed. Seems useful enough. And then on about, the second or third day of the trip, whatever, I'm realizing, where's my brother? Talk to our moms, like, she doesn't know either. Like, look around, like, no, nothing happened. Another man, like, another member of the group is like all frantic and stuff and says that my brother and maybe her son as well, but definitely my brother went into the abandoned wherever place and, could be in danger if the place is actually a hazard to the public. My brother could be in danger right now. So I get up and rush over to the place. Obviously, run down. I was on the beach, so I, run off the beach, run to the thing. As I'm getting to the place, some, like, guy in a suit who seems all important and stuff also gets to the place and gets in. Basically, he opens up the gate. We both run in. He's ahead of me. I'm following along behind because, he opened the gate first. Whatever. Get to the desk. He's demanding some knowledge about stuff, whatever, and security's not wanting to let him in. So I get up to the desk and security's like, okay, ma'am, you really can't be in here. The security in this place. And so our place doesn't look totally abandoned. And I'm just like, hey, my little brother came in here. I want to get him back safely. And so eventually the guy that I'm, in there with is all like, sure. It's like, finally they let him in, and I come in as well, except, I don't know why exactly, but for some reason I'm, like, in a wheelchair. I don't know if I supposedly got injured at some point, or if that was just like, okay, you can come in, but you're not allowed to, just wander around. You're not allowed to walk around in here. So, boom, be in a wheelchair. I'm not sure which it was. I think it was more the second. So the guy's like wheeling me around the place, and I find out, oh, this place is actually a casino. It's not as I thought it was. Really, yeah. It's like, oh, there's a casino going on here. There's gambling. And I'm like, we're going into rooms trying to, like, find the people we're looking for, and I'm seeing, like, millions of dollars passing hands. Like, people occasionally winning, like, $2 or $3 million at a time from this place. And we get into, nice, big room, whatever, and, like, the owner of the underground casino was there, and has some sort of jackpot type table. It wasn't, like, roulette. I have no idea what kind of gambling game this was. But, like, security guy comes in and starts asking questions, and the owner's all like, oh, you get a free round at our table. La la la. Security guard, whatever. Security guy, business guy, whatever, doesn't want it. Owner rolls for it anyway. It's like a giant version of the spinning part of the roulette table. And that was basically just it. A really big version of that. So big that, from my perspective, I couldn't actually see what was, like, inside being spun. And it's like, yeah, I couldn't actually see what was being spun, so I was no help at all there. But and then the guy apparently wins, like, over $800,000. The businessman wins just a boatload of money. And, like, okay, this is, like, hush money. They're planning on just giving him a ton of money just so he, like, walks away with his bribe and stops investigating. But I still want to find my brother, of course. And business guy takes the money, partitions out maybe about $2,000 or $3,000 out of it, turns around, and offers it to me. Offers both pals to me. One hand, he has over $800,000. Somehow, all of that was in one hand. Don't ask me how it was. It just was. And the other hand, about $2,000 to $3,000. And me, not being greedy, say, well, thank you so much for offering me this money. Since you insist, I will take the, about $2,000. And I, like, reach out to, like, expect it. I don't, like, take it from the guy, because that would be greedy. I just, like, reach out. It's like, yes, I will take the, like, $2,000. So you're already doing so much for me, pushing me around in a wheelchair and in some underground casino while you're supposed to be, well, you'd be doing your work faster if I wasn't here. Like, you're already doing so much for me, I'm not going to take, like, the grand majority of your winnings away from you. Oh, wait, I can't pocket this. My inventory's full, isn't it? No, it isn't. It's almost full. And then business guy, of course, gets all confused about that and forces the over $800,000 into my hands, pockets the $2,000 himself, and we, like, leave the room. And, like, as we continue going from, like, room to room, I realize, oh, wait, shoot, that money and, like, all of the money that people win here, that's just bait. the generic plan for people going... The flip is this? Why are there spores all over the place? Yeah. It's like the generic plan for it is, you know, people go in and on one of their first hands they win just an obsessively huge amount of money, and then they spend all of that money and then all of their own money trying to chase that high back. But if somebody goes in, wins big, and tries to leave, then they have their security guys go and try to take the money away from them. And Business Guy knew about this, and that's why he gave me the money. Because, like, yeah, when I'm sitting there with, you know, 800 grand, just, just 800 grand sitting in my purse, they're not going to care about the 2 grand that he's holding on to. And of course, Business Guy thought that I was going to be greedy about it and take the huge amount of money. But I was... You! What do you mean she's not even indoors yet? What do you mean she's not even inside? What do you mean there's only 2 rooms supposedly for 3 people here?
Good evening.
It's midnight. They won't let me come into the place at midnight. Wonder if the ghost that people claim to see outside the clinic is actually just Alicia. Walking back home. So, right, yeah, so... Yeah, I'm still trying to get an understanding of the idea of how I was able to just carry 800 grand just calmly like that. Like, even if it was like $1,000 bills, that would still be, you know, over 800 units of paper currency. So I'm thinking it was something to the effect of, what, $10,000 bills? But then how did the guy only take about 2 to 3 grand? Yeah, definitely at least $1,000 bills, I think. Whatever. The important thing is I, you know, stashed this money in my purse, and now these people wanted the money that I was carrying, while Business Guy was trying to, you know, get to the bottom of some issue, and while I was trying to find my brother. Unfortunately, the dream ended very shortly thereafter. We get to something that seems like, say, an unfinished room, or like a back alley type situation. There was, like, scaffolding and whatnot, and there was a ladder. We were being chased by security. Well, you know, followed by security. Business Guy's all like, alright, let's go up. It's like, we checked everyone on this floor. this is the only way, there's no ways down, and this is the only way up, so let's go up here. So, you know, business guy climbs up the ladder. I know security seeing like, oh, she's alone. We can take the money back now. And, like, I don't want to be manhandled by a bunch of strangers, especially with me being just in a wheelchair. So I start climbing up the ladder as well. They start, you know, they try to, like, knock down the ladder while I'm climbing it, but I manage to just get to the top. Business guy helps me up. I'm not in the wheelchair anymore. I still have the money, and security is still very close behind us because they can just put the ladder back up and climb. But then I woke up, so that's all I have. It's just so annoying when you just wake up from your dreams at, like, what could have been the best moments. Like, actually this morning, I had a nice dream. And I don't... I had a nice dream, and I don't remember the majority of it. All I really remember is the very end, when I'm going to some sort of a convention, and I have a group of friends who all also want to go to the convention. And we're planning on just meeting up there at the convention hall. Except either my friends are going as cosplays of the main six, or my friends are actually just humanoid versions of the main six. Not too sure, because this is a dream. It could be either way. Like, I was either living close to the convention or staying in a hotel that was close to it. So I was just like, just a few blocks away, basically sprinting to the convention hall. Gosh, running would be so much fun to do if I didn't have to fight for my life every time I tried. Yeah, I've got bad lungs, yo. If I try to run, it hurt. My lungs feel like they get set on fire and put in a vice. Yes, both of those things. It is a really bad experience, breathing-wise. But yeah, running would be fun if I didn't have to deal with that. Heck, if I try to walk too fast, I get breathing issues. It's just how my lungs are. Okay. So yeah, there I am, like, running to the event, occasionally checking my phone to see, like, where the others are. And, Applejack and Rainbow Dash are like, okay, we're just, like, we're here, we're just, you know, getting parked, and then we'll go on in. Like, I'm supposed to already be in the building by this point. Already, like, signed up for a thing. I don't have, like, my costume approved. Heck, I don't even have my costume on yet, because it'd be hard to run in my costume. Although I don't think I was, you know, going as a pony, which really I should have been if I'm going with a bunch of the ponies. Because I know I used to have a derpy costume. Don't know what happened to it. Probably wound up getting thrown out by someone over the years, which is very unfortunate. To be fair, it wasn't much of a costume. It was a long gray shirt with Derpy's cutie mark, like, stitched onto, like, you know, the hips part of it. Yeah, long gray shirt with the cutie mark stitched onto the sides. And, yeah, a blonde wig to wear, because, you know, Derpy is blonde. And I didn't want to bleach my hair, because that would have cost about $70 or $80, apparently, to get that professionally done. Didn't want to deal with bleaching my hair myself, because I'd already done that before by that point, and that's annoying to do. Plus, I didn't really do a good job of it the first time. Whatever. So yeah, blonde wig, and a second blonde wig, on, like, I want to call it some form of belt, just to use as the tail. And that was, yeah. Oh yeah, and also, like, matching gray sweatpants. Because, you know, the gray pony, blonde mane. Yeah. It wasn't, like, a great outfit. But whatever, it was an outfit. It was, you know, it was something of an outfit, even if it wasn't a great one. So it's fine. It was fine. It's okay. It's fine. Let's turn down the volume just a little bit. But yeah, I'm running towards the event. Getting texts. The others, I have no idea where they are, when they're going to be getting in. All I know is that no one is actually there yet. 2 of them are almost there, and I'm supposed to already be there. But there's no way that I can run. Like, I just have like a block or 2 to go. Like, I'll be there within a few minutes. But I'm definitely going to cross, you know, Apple Dash and Rainbow Jack. While they're trying to get in. It's like, okay, well, the most I can hope for is to meet up with them, and we can all go in together. Like, their cosplays have already all gone approved, but apparently mine will still have to go. I'll have to go through an extra line to get, because I have a prop, to get my prop approved. And while very most likely be approved, I still have to, you know, get it approved. No, we could. There's some stuff I wanted to. Hi.
Morning.
Nope, nothing new here.
Morning. Sim, salabim.
Still 9-8. I wonder if I should. Yeah, on top of everything else I'm doing, I wonder if I should try getting back into writing. Not necessarily just writing out my dreams, although it would be nice to give them like an actual, you know, something resembling a conclusion to them. But whatever. Just writing more miscellaneous stuff. I started a thread on a role-playing website to see if anyone would be down for one of the, I want to say classic, but I mean, it's just me writing it. One of the story prompts I tend to write about. Yeah, a commander game with, like, yeah, write a commander game as if it is a fantasy story. Which, to be fair, is pretty fun to write. I will say that I find it funny that Alicia is supposed to be like the hardest one to like maintain her interest in the player, except I have basically treated everyone the same, except I've gone whatever from Alicia essentially every day. Like you raise down to a 3-3, Alicia's already a 9-8. And again, all I've done is I've talked to everyone every day, and I've got a fortune from Alicia essentially every day. Because both are essentially every day. It's like 4 p.m. I don't know what it is, but when I wake up in the morning, it doesn't matter how much sleep I get. If I wake up in the morning, I'm just tired. What if I just haven't been sleeping well? I think the thing is, if I do VR and then sleep, I'm like, going to sleep after getting, like, a nice little workout done. And if I go to sleep after doing that, then I just sleep better. But if I just go to sleep, like, casually, it's a whole different thing. I have a notification on Discord. I wonder what it could be. If only my phone would actually connect, so I could see what it is. Oh, Broslin's okay.
Good morning.
Everyone seems fine so far. Oh. Someone asked a question. D&D related. Because, yeah, I'm in 2 D&D games. Turns out that there was a session this morning that I happened to be awake for. Last week, I slept right through it, and the game just happened to not happen because the DM couldn't run the game. I hope that didn't happen just because of me. This week we had a session. There's the DM, and there were 2 players, and yet the party was split. Because the idea, yeah, each player has 2 characters. The party's supposed to be split, 3 ways. I think originally there were, I want to, for some reason, say that... No, there weren't 12 characters. I think there's, like, 4 players, so there are, like, 8 characters originally. A lot of characters, split 3 ways. Remember, it was me and another player. So, it wasn't supposed to be split by player. It just so happened... It just so happened that when the party got split each way, each player rolled like the same value on a D3 for both of their own characters. So like, someone rolled 2 1s, I rolled 2 2s, someone else rolled 2 3s. And I think that there were at least 5 players, because I remember someone else was with me, and someone else was with, I think it was group 1. I don't know if there were 2 people both on group 3. So there were 5 or 6 players. there might have just been four. I don't know, whatever. I just found it funny that we all happened to get split, so each player had two characters in each place, which is not what the DM had intended, but had decided to just go along with anyway after it had happened. But now, finally, at the end of the second session, the party is back together again. So it's like the other person running their two characters and me running my two characters. And it's nice that my characters went along together because they've really got a good like brains and brawn situation going on between them. Even though strictly speaking, neither of them is really like a genius. One of them is still at least above average intelligence, and the other is a griffin. A baby griffin. Who can't speak common, because griffins don't speak common. Very strong, but also not exactly smart. Wisdom is alright, though. Yeah, and the other one is a Nixie. Great with water and stuff. Hey, a shrimp. Alright, so anyway. Time to fish the rest of the day away. And that's all it's gonna be. So, what was I talking about? Right, yeah, D&D stuff. So, you know, that session went okay. And the other D&D game I'm in, I'm playing as an intelligent vending machine. Yes, because of the anime. I wanted to play as an intelligent magic item. Got to talking about it with one of the other players. One of us, probably me, brought up the vending machine anime that's been airing. And wound up talking with the DM about it, so I'm playing as a vending machine. I take supplies and I make goods, and I am very heavily, a support character. I have two attacking moves. I can roll absolutely terrible to attack people with my claw, because I have a vending machine with the claw and also wheels. Just because I am. Or, since I'm an intelligent magic item and I have intelligent magic item special feats and less abilities, I can also just teleport above an enemy and fall down on top of them and do a ton of damage to them. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Yeah, not as much as... I can't do as much damage as the opponent member who's doing, like, 80 or so per attack, but, like, whatever. I can try to keep them from getting hurt so badly and patch them up when they do get hurt. Guys, the version that we are playing has reasonably priced healing supplies. So for the cost of just a handful of coppers, I can make an item that can heal someone for, was it 1d3 plus 2? And for the cost of about 1 gold piece, 3.5 gold pieces for 3 of them, I can essentially make a potion of cure light wounds. Essentially. Make guns, make ammo for guns. It's like, yeah. Whenever there's any form of downtime, like, yeah, I like to be making some supplies, thanks. And then when we get to a nice populated area, it's like, yeah, I like to sell some of the supplies I've made, make some money for the party, which is really, really nice, because I think one item that I have sold has so far given us more money than all of our, like, okay, not necessarily now, but like I sold, was it 1 Night Stalker Venom for about 75 gold pieces. And like, the party's like level 3 now. We just cleared out a crypt for our family. Whatever, fix all the stuff that was disturbing it, blah blah blah. We fixed all that up, and we got paid 45 gold pieces each. So yeah, my character, yeah, this is really a really, really, really low money game. Oof. So, yeah. So, you know, playing some D&D. I've joined in a Frosthaven group too, so that's been nice. Play about twice a week. Of course, one of those is on a D&D day, so I can't join for that. And I got Azura to start playing Aeon's End Legacy together. Aeon's End Legacy was a while back. Aeon's End Legacy of Gravehold, the sequel, which you can catch on this same YouTube channel. Maybe if I mention it, the algorithm will put it on one of the recommended videos. Honestly, I have to say, not one of my best series is done, but it's a new take, because, you know, it's a board game. It's a tabletop game. It's a board game. And I think I did an alright job on recording it and stuff. I definitely like input. Just, you know, don't be needlessly mean about it, please. But I definitely would like input on, like, how I did, what can be improved, especially on what can be improved on it. So if I ever do wind up doing tabletop gaming Let's Plays again, so if I ever wind up doing a tabletop Let's Play again, I can take that information and make something and make it a bit better for next time. Not gonna improve if I don't learn what works and what doesn't, right? Yeah. Before I had something to do on Tuesday evenings, because Azura is busy with Ellie on Tuesdays. And like, I could join in with the stream, but nah. I think I'll just let them, do their thing together. Have their stream. Play their games together as they do. Oh gosh. Maybe I should try doing a solo Let's Play of Smithworks. There's no possible way that that could actually work. Because, I mean, to be fair, that's what I thought about Played Up as well. And that wound up working really well in solo. Maybe I should just play Played Up, because I've no one to play Played Up with, and that one I can absolutely play solo. I don't know if Played Up got tweaked at all in an update or whatever, but I remember hearing originally that Played Up was strictly meant to be played, like, with a group of 4, and if you try to play it, without a group of 4, you're going to really regret it. Regret it. Because the game doesn't change at all if you play with fewer people, so it's just strictly more difficult to do. And of course, I definitely saw lots of Let's Plays of people playing it, even with a group of 4, and it still seemed very difficult and complicated and stuff. But I played it myself with just, just me, just a group of 1. And I think I found a few things about it that could explain why it was so difficult for large groups, but it was so easy for me. And something that I still do to my restaurants now that I maybe didn't do when I first started is that the more space you have to move around, the more time it takes you to move things from point A to point B. Because people playing with a group, they have, like, the tables evenly spaced around the restaurant. They have, like, a serving place, whatever. It's like the people make the food, and then they put it on to be served, and then the people, the servers, take the food, walk halfway across the restaurant to bring it to a table, half on average, set it down, then go all the way back to take more food to give to the next group of customers. Or, to, keep giving to that table until the whole table is happy. So they're walking across the restaurant over and over again, whereas instead, you can just have the customer tables right next to the kitchen. So whoever finishes the food, plates the food, and serves the food. Or again, if you have multiple people, someone finishes the food, drops it off right next to them, then the server takes the food, plates it, gives it to the person. And just, boom, right there. And, like, even if you have it so the server can't move out of their starting space, they can still serve at least 2 tables, as well as have the plate rack, as well as having the sink to wash dishes. And have, like, 4 extra counter spaces. Like, yeah. And that's, and then they don't really have to move to walk across the restaurant at all, so they don't need... So, get them 1 rug, and they don't need to worry about any of the footwear items. And that's a heck of a lot faster than giving them the food, having them walk across the restaurant, and then having a argument about who washes the dirty dishes, because the servers have no time to, because they're busy walking across the restaurant through customer messes. Like, I've done solo restaurants and had an easier time than people who did 4-play restaurants. Because also, if you look at like the default kitchen design that gets offered in Plate Up, it's a joke. Like you're supposed, like say, take like a burger restaurant, whatever. You're supposed to take the burger out, walk the entire length of the restaurant, essentially, the entire length of the kitchen, cook it, walk the entire length of the kitchen to put it on a bun. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. But that's what, that's what the default is. So people see that and they go, well, I guess that's how I'm supposed to do it. And they don't not do that. So then you have like, and it's like, you don't have to do that. Like, I've had restaurants where I'm the only person working and I like don't even move out of my space. Cause like, okay, if you're not moving, you can have access to 8 tiles. 9 if you include your own tile, which you can get tricky and put like a counter on the tile, like sit on a counter tile, but then you only really have access to 6 places. But it is a fun experience. So yeah, you have 8 spaces. So for burgers, you need the burger patties, you need the burner to cook them, you need the buns, you need the plates, and since you have plates, you need a sink, and then you also need a table to serve them. That's 6 spaces. So you can still have 2 spaces for, like, say, countertops to use as extra spots. And boom, you can have a whole burger restaurant where you don't even move out of your space. Heck, you can have it, a 1-spot restaurant and serve 2 tables and still have a counter between them to store, say, an extra burger. Of course, a lot of beginning restaurateurs will want access to the you spin, little spider. A lot of beginning restaurateurs, whatever, will want access to the garbage can, but if you don't screw up the burger patty, you don't need it. If you do screw up the burger patty, you can like force quit the game and restart, or use the mod for a soft reset and retry it. Retry the day. Yeah, it's be smart with where you place all of the items in your restaurant, and you can really, really work well. And I think it's really saying something that if you search up my channel name on Google Images, you're going to find a screenshot of one of my Plate Up episodes where I go past overtime day 100. Yeah, just working solo. Go past overtime day 100. No big deal. To be fair, I was a flower shop. But, like, still. Yeah, I had that, like, fall thing, so the amount of customers per table keeps getting bigger, so I'd only have, like, 1 or 2 groups per day. So I just had to give them, like, 1 or 2 black flowers per day. So I had, like, auto conveyor belts going everywhere. I had like all of the necessary stuff for the restaurant all tucked away in one little room. Yeah, because even if you're doing like a flower restaurant or whatever, where you don't actually need to be able to, say, cook burgers and whatnot, you're still expected to. So you still need to have like, the burger patties, the buns, the sink, and all of that stuff still sitting around somewhere in the restaurant. Even if you can't access it, it still needs to be there. think I'll harvest the strawberries and then I'll end the day. Harvest and water the strawberries. And then call it an episode. Check what Azura's up to, because apparently she's playing Baldur's Gate 2 right now, but she should be at work, so she might be remoting in. Check up on her. Yeah, she's probably going to be busy until late, because, again, stream. Who knows, maybe I'll play some Commander again. I don't think I'm going to write a Commander story again, at least not for a while. All things depending. If I can find some more casual decks I like to play. Because, yeah, I like to build my Commander decks around characters, and that's what led to me, you know, playing the decks against each other, as if it was the characters playing against each other. Which was what had led me to writing a story about it. Which, yeah, the first story I wrote took a very long time between, you know, when I first published, like, the first bit of it to the last bit, because I had to, stop for about 8 months. Due to reasons somewhat personal, but not completely, I guess. Regardless, writing stories just on my own gets boring after a while. Like, that's why I don't write many long stories anymore. The Frosthaven thing, that was nice for a good while, and I think I'll get back to it. I joined a Kickstarter for Gloomhaven and Frosthaven products, because there's a new, like, very portable Gloomhaven game coming out, and that seemed interesting to get. But also, Gloomhaven and Frosthaven, they have, like, tiles for their mats. So, like, you know, about 8-inch, you know, 3 to 8-inch, like, tiles that you just, like, place down, connect to each other, and make the board. But as a thing for this Kickstarter, they're using books. So you just turn the books to, like, the certain pages, and there's going to be the maps for the scenarios all printed out there, so you don't have to mess with the tiles anymore. So I ordered those, so I figure when those eventually do come in, I think they should be in this year, but I have no idea. But when those eventually do come in, I'll probably use those instead of using the tiles, so I have one less thing to actually worry about. And I'll run the scenarios. I'll continue running scenarios and probably continue writing, so if you notice a massive shift in the characters at one specific point, yeah, it's because I stopped writing for, like, what's it been, like a year? It feels like a year. And if there was ever anyone on the Wattpad wondering where chapters 4 and beyond went off to, I have them. Just waiting for someone to ask before I continue uploading. Uploading onto Wattpad is annoying, because uploading onto Wattpad completely destroys any and all formatting you have in your story, so you have to go to every, like, line that's supposed to be an enter and hit enter for it. Which is quite a few lines, quite a lot of lines there. And you have to put all of them back. Oh no, I watered an apple. Yeah, I really thought I'd have to grind more in the first Rune Factory. I mean, yeah, I was max level, but I mean, like, grind as in, like, get proteins and stuff. Final boss was easy enough without it. What now it's going to be in this game? Am I going to need to farm proteins? Find out in about 100 or so episodes, I guess? Unless this is actually as easy as I think it is, and as soon as I get to Arc 2, I'm going to beat it within, like, 2 episodes. Who knows? Future me does. Let's go consult her.